what does the Bible teach about business? That's what we'll uncover together on the Business in His Image podcast. This show explores strategies from the Bible that will help you grow your business, strengthen your walk with Jesus, and help you reach your God-given potential as an entrepreneur. The Bible is filled with practical wisdom to help you live for God while using your gifts. Let's unpack what that means for you and how you can use biblical truths to build a thriving business that honors Christ. Now it's time to dive in. Today's episode is going to be so good. I'm really excited. We're going to be talking about how to write high converting homepage sites, the homepage of your website, even if you're not a copywriter. So listen, maybe you need to rewrite your website copy, or you want to provide this as a service to your clients, but you don't feel equipped to do it. You just stare at a blank page. You don't know where to start. Maybe you don't know the right structure. So you end up copying what other people are doing on their websites, but you want to be sure that your copy is going to convert, right? So today I'm going to teach you the same method that I use on all of my websites and that I also teach my students inside of Copyland, my signature copywriting course. I'm also going to walk you through a live example of my website, how I implemented everything. What I love about the method that you're going to learn today is that it's so simple. Even if you're not a copywriter, you can easily replicate this for your own project. But now, if you are a copywriter, you're in luck because you're going to be able to use this formula on your clients. So I'm really excited about today's topic, and I think it's going to help a lot of you. So let's dive right in. Number one, when you are writing your homepage, you need a spicy headline. This is key. Now, your headline, that is what draws people in. When people land on that website, they're going to take 3 seconds and decide whether they want to keep scrolling or whether they're going to exit that page. So your headline is so important. It should help people understand if they're a right fit for your offer. So it's going to pretty much pre-qualify the visitor to let them know they're in a right place. So you should talk about what it is that you offer, get to the point, what you do, who you help, and do it in a way that's going to differentiate you from everyone else. So that's why I use the word spicy. Any copy we write, we want it to be spicy. We want it to stand out. And that's what's going to help you with your conversions because you are retaining the attention of your reader. So at the very top, that's what you have, your spicy headline. Then you're going to have your subheadline, which is going to give context to your headline. So once you have your spicy headline, your subheadline, which gives more context, right, to that headline, then you're going to educate your visitor. You want to educate on how you solve a problem or talk about your process. Then from there, you want to give some social proof. That could be a testimonial. That could be case studies. And listen, if you're new, I don't want you to feel discouraged by me saying you need social proof, because if you're new and you want to create a simple one-page website for yourself, for your services, or you're doing this for your clients, you're doing it for someone else who's a beginner, you can ask for testimonials from people who have worked with you in other capacities. So maybe you don't have a testimonial yet for the service that you're offering at this time, but you have people that you worked with who can talk about your character and talk about the values that you bring to the table, the different results that you brought in those other positions that maybe some of them are transferable. So there are ways around it if you're a beginner. Now, after your social proof, you want to give them the next step. So you hooked them in with a really good headline. You gave them more context in your subheadline. Then you educated them on how you help them, or you talked about your process. Then you gave some social proof, and now you want to give them the next step. So this is what I call a call to action. And that could be a link to book a call with you, to go to your services page, to email you. It really depends on your process. And I also like to add in an opt-in form under that for a freebie because you want to be building your email list. Now, I know that hearing this is one thing and applying it is a whole different one. So I want to show you on screen live how I implemented this on my own website, thevirtualmama.com. So I'm excited to show you this because one of the things that my copywriting students constantly say is that they love the show me method in my course. So they love when I go on screen, show them how I implement the methods that I'm teaching them, and it just helps them absorb and know how to apply it. So I think that this is really going to help you. So let me share my screen with you, and we're going to take a little field trip over to my website so that I can show you how this was implemented. I write all of my own copy. So, this, you may or may not have visited my website before. If you're new, welcome. Okay. So, now here at the top, you have my headline. You see my headline. What if you could become an expert, increase your rates, and provide more value to your client? Now, I wrote this headline really understanding the problem that people in my audience have. They want to work less and earn more. And the way I help them do that is by specializing their skills, becoming an expert, learning how to do that, increase their rates, and being able to provide more value to their clients. That enables them to accomplish their goal. So, right off the bat, when you come to my website, you understand how I can help you. So, that's my headline. And then now we're going to the other part, the education. You started your virtual business to have more freedom, flexibility, and financial stability, but you're experiencing the opposite. You feel stuck. You don't know where your next client will come from, and you have no clue what to do. Now, I'm reading my copy out loud here. You have no clue what to do to get to the next level in your business. That's where I was 3 years ago. Now that I've cracked the code on how to get unstuck in my business, I'm here to help you get unstuck. So I'm really educating them on how I can help them to reach their goal. Many coaches teach how to start a business, but I'll teach you how to be an expert in your niche so you never struggle to find clients. So there's my differentiating factor. There are tons of other resources out there that teach you how to start a business. But what I have found is that a lot of people out there, they're not teaching what they're currently using in their business. They've left their service-based business and they're just teaching, right? So some of the strategies that they are teaching may be outdated. But the differentiating factor for me that I'm talking about here is I'm actually teaching what is currently working for me today in my business. That is huge. So you want to find that differentiating factor. What is that spicy hook that you can add to your website to really differentiate yourself? How is it that you perform that service differently than everybody else? Everyone has something unique. You just have to do a little bit of searching and think through it, brainstorm, whatever it is you need to do. But I know that it's there because everyone is unique. Everyone was created differently and everyone has something valuable to bring to the table. Now, when you go down, you'll see the social proof. These are logos of companies that I've worked with. And then you'll see some testimonials from virtual assistants that I have helped through my coaching, through my resources and my programs. Then lastly, here we go. Get started for free. This is the next step. So I give them three different options. They can take my free copywriting class. They can download my free cold pitch template if they need help finding clients, or they can join my Facebook group. So I give them that next step and I give them options. Now, if you are a service provider, you may not have three options. You may just have one, or you may have multiple. Really depends on your process. And then when you scroll down, I mentioned the bonus, right, is the opt in. And I have that right here. If you go to my agency website, honeydigital.co, that's the service side of my business where I offer copywriting to clients. It's the same structure, right? The copy is different, the target audience is different, but the structure is the same. And at the bottom, again, you'll find that opt in because I know how important it is to grow an email list, to stay in touch with your audience, grow that audience. It's really going to be a great benefit to your business. I know that some of you may have questions and I would love to answer. Someone asked, I have a question how to get the first client. I don't know what services you're providing, whether it's copywriting, whether you're a VA. The main thing that you want to start with is something that showcases your work. That's really the most important thing. So if you're a copywriter like myself, you would start with writing samples. But if you offer a different type of service, whether you're a web designer, whether you offer social media, you just really need to put together something to be able to showcase your work and what you do. That could be in the form of a portfolio, a simple website. If you're a copywriter, then you could put together a Google Drive folder with your writing samples super organized. And you want to start there. Once you have that, then you can start looking for clients and start with the people that you already know. Maybe people that you've worked with in some capacity, people that you've networked with, and just reach out to them, talk to them about what you're doing, and see if they need help or know someone who does with the services that you provide. At times, we can defeat ourselves before we even get started, and we assume that the people we know don't have any leads, but that might not be true. So start with the people that you know and start networking. Start networking locally, virtually, whatever you're able to do. Start building relationships and don't be afraid to cold pitch your services. Cold pitching is a fabulous way to get started. It's how I got started. Now, I don't necessarily recommend cold pitching on social media. I personally think, from my experience, social media is really better for developing relationships and also using it as a funnel to show about your business, right? But when it comes to cold pitching, I find that better results come through email or through LinkedIn. Now, if you're interested in learning more about that, I do have super affordable cold pitch workshop where I share all the templates that I've used to get clients in the past. You can go to thevirtualmama.com/get clients and you can learn more about it there. So that's a simple version of what I would recommend if you're looking to get clients, but definitely work on your skills and putting together some form of portfolio. How long should you be a VA before you decide to niche? Honestly, there's no right or wrong answer for that. It really depends on you. Some people have great success offering general services, and I couldn't tell them that they have to necessarily niche down. However, in my experience, for me, I saw results when I did niche down. I started out as a virtual assistant. I offered many different types of services, but when I really became an expert in one thing, I was able to work less and earn more because I became a specialist, right? I niched into a premium service, copywriting, that allowed me to provide more value to my clients, create high ticket packages, and be able to deliver them in less time than I was spending working on all these smaller projects. So it really depends on you. You can niche down right away. If you just started your VA business, but there's a specific service that you love doing, there's nothing wrong with niching out of the gate. Now, if you're not sure and you don't want to niche down, you definitely don't have to, but it doesn't hurt to try, right? The key is becoming a specialist in that area, learning everything that you can about it, getting all the practical experience that you can. That's going to increase your value. It's so, so important to increase your value as a service provider. You're able to get better results for your clients. You're going to be able to charge more. It's going to help your family. It just has this amazing trickle down effect that's going to help so many people, including you and your family. So don't feel like, oh, you have to be working for so long before you can niche down. It's really, really up to you. And I just want to say that that's the beauty of having your own business, is that you get to make the rules. If you want to change something, if you want to do something differently than everyone else, it's okay. You don't have to necessarily follow all the rules, right? Of course, there are certain principles of success and things that are going to help you. But when it comes to things that are just simply personal preference, do what works for you. And listen, if you enjoyed this, you will want to join the waitlist for Copyland, because that's where I teach all of my copywriting strategies in depth, the same exact strategies I use in my agency to write for clients. I give all of that to my students. So if you are interested in learning more and joining that waitlist, just head over to thevirtualmama.com/waitlist and you can feel free to do that and share it with anyone that may be looking for that. Make sure you join me again next week, same time, same place. Spread the wealth and invite a friend, okay? And I'll see you there. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Business in His Image podcast with me, your host, Joe Harris. If this show has blessed you, please share it with a friend and subscribe so that you can be notified when we release new episodes. My prayer is that God will help you soak up every bit of what you've heard today and help you apply it to your business so that you can see results. I'll see you next time, and may God bless you.